Hello po sa inyong lahat at welcome po sa Thursday edition ng The Stock Market Today, the first day of July 2021. Alam niyo ba na ang buwan ng July ay hango sa pangalan ni Julius Caesar? Ito po ang inyong lingkod, Benji Chidoro. Ako po ay isang retired bank officer na nagsimula mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007 at ginagawa ko po itong daily report na sinimulan ko po ng August of last year. And I also report the latest news on your favorite and most active stocks. If you like the content, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and if you have stocks in mind that you want reviewed, please comment on the comment box and I will prioritize. Ang balita po natin ay tungkol sa MWIDE at may special report po tayo kay Mr. Ramon Ang. At ang resulta ng trading sa ating Philippine Stock Exchange ngayong araw, July 1, 2021, dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Okay po, let's start po with the news item from the business world. MWIDE eyes 2 contracts, 100 billion order book. MWIDE Construction Corp expects to secure one contract worth 20 billion by December of this year and another by early next year, bringing its order book to 100 billion. We expect the package to be around 20 billion. We expect a minimum of 2 packages. The best scenario is 2 in December, but most likely 1 package this year and 1 early next year, like January or February. MWIDE Chairman and Chief Executive Officer Edgar Saavedra said on an online briefing on Wednesday. If the second contract is secured, the company will be able to reach a total construction order book of 100 billion by early next year. Mahihit ko na yan. I will be able to hit that. It's just a question of how long, Mr. Saavedra noted. To recall, MWIDE's order book was at 68.4 billion by the end of last year after it secured new projects such as the Malolos Clark Railway Project, Carbon Market Redevelopment, the Aglipay Sewage Treatment Plant, Westside City Resorts World, and Newport Link. So as of end of March 2021, the company added the Coral Village project in Cebu and Westside City Site A, which involves the construction of a retail strip and theater mall to complement the hotel and casino complex, MWIDE said in an email statement on Wednesday. The company intends to participate in 3 to 4 contract packages in Metro Manila Subway Project and another 3 to 4 contract packages in the North-South Commuter Rail South Line Project, Mr. Saavedra said in its presentation at the company's annual stockholders meeting on Wednesday. Now, may I share with you the commentary of BDO Nomura? Ang sabi niya on that news item, in addition to MWIDE's current order book, additions to MWIDE's current order book should be positive for the company. However, we still expect substantial EPS recovery, earnings per share per EPS, to likely start in full year 22 forecast as continuing lockdown measures and uneven pace of vaccine rollout globally continue to dampen prospects for its airport business, which attributed about 50% to EBITDA before the pandemic. EBITDA means earnings before income taxes, depreciation, and amortization. We currently have a reduced rating on MWIDE with a TP of 6 pesos. So ngayon, MWIDE as of yesterday has had a price of 670. Pero 6 pesos lang po ang presyo ni BDO Nomura based on fundamental analysis. And then, may I also share with you an interesting item from BizBus. Ito po tungkol kay Ramon Ang regarding him attending the wake of President Aquino. No? BizBus doing the right thing. This was on June 30, 2021. While the country's business community mourned the passing of former President Benigno Aquino III, few businesses actually dared to put out messages of condolences and support for the bereaved family. And practically no big business leader was seen at the short one-day wake at the Ateneo de Manila University, partly because of the ongoing pandemic that demands people putting health protocols ahead of their concerns, but also possibly because many leaders of big business are conscious not to offend the current dispensation by appearing to extend sympathies to the camp of political rivals. Except one, that is. We're talking about San Miguel Corp President Ramon Ang, who did the right thing and showed up at the funeral mass at the Church of the Jesu in Loyola Heights to condole with the Aquino family and pay his respects to the late president. That brave and magnanimous gesture took some observers by surprise, given that many felt that San Miguel never received much love from the previous administration despite the substantial financial support given by the late Eduardo Danding Cojuangco Jr. to his nephew in the 2010 elections. In fact, most of San Miguel's big-ticket projects during the previous administration faced one roadblock after another, courtesy of cabinet secretaries who, for one reason or another, withheld their approvals and dragged their feet on policies needing their asset. And what frustrated Ang privately, though he never complained about it, was that Pinoy wouldn't even lift a finger to tell his cabinet members to move faster. And to think, Bisbas learned that when Ang called on Pinoy just after the latter won the elections, the president-elect supposedly gave him a blank piece of bond paper and asked Ang to list down what he wanted or whom he wanted appointed to key cabinet positions. Meron palang ganon? Di natin alam kung totoo ito, no? Ang supposedly returned the paper to Pinoy unfulfilled, saying, "All I want is a level playing field, Mr. President." Talk about doing the right thing when Pinoy was alive and doing the right thing after he passed? Okay, so that was a bit of, do you call that chismis? There may be some truth to it, but I really don't know. Kasi you never know kung saan kinukuha ni Bisbas yung kanyang information, ano? Anyway, we have part 2 of that tomorrow because there's another column in PhilStar on why Ang was present in the wake of President Aquino. So let's now go to the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. Ano ba nangyari sa index ngayon? So I think it's slightly up. So while we're waiting for the Investograms to load, by the way, I'm using Investograms, no? Because it is a user-friendly platform. The PSEI gained 69 or 62.10 points or 0.90% up to end at 6964.01. Hindi pa siya naglo-load. Yan. And if you take a look, yung ating exponential moving average, bearish, bullish pa rin siya rather, and there is volume today. So, ang tingin ko dyan, pagdating ng Friday or Monday, aakyat na naman yung PSEI. Actually, it reached a high of 7,000 earlier today. Yan yung po yung high niya. And it reached 7,000 by about, tingnan natin yung 15-minute chart. Mga bandang, it reached at about 11:45 yung 11,000, sorry, yung 7,002. Mga 11:45 po na reach yung area yon. And if we'll take a look, yung market summary po natin, 120 companies advanced, 61 declined while 49 remained unchanged. As for the sectoral indices, the all-share index also gained by 0.73%, while all the sectoral indices ended in the green, led by mining at 2.01%, followed closely by the holding companies at 1.14%. So, as for the top stocks, let us review the following: MONDE, Ali, SM, BDO, TEL, ICT, SMPH, ACEN, SCC, and EVER. Okay, so let's now go to a review of the stocks. But before anything else, I'd like to acknowledge the commentary or the comment of Ralph Bohdano. Ang sabi niya, "Thank you, sir. In your opinion, is it still a buy for ICT at this point in time where it is on its highest point already? Or must I wait for a pullback?" That's a good question. Okay, sasagutin kita later when we go to ICT. Okay? So, in the meantime, Kasi one of the stocks that we will be reviewing is ICT. Okay, so let's now go first to MONDE. Okay, MONDE continues to move higher and based on the RSI, it's already overbought. Pero bullish ang stock eh. Oh. Actually, pagka overbought, hindi pa natin alam, ano, baka mag-reverse yan. But the IPO price is, I think, magkano ba IPO price ito? 13.25 or 13.50? I'm not sure. Pero it has been moving up ever since. And yesterday, I drew a channel. Pero very thin lang po itong channel na ito. Yan po. Yan po yung channel niya. But this is a very thin channel based on a few candlesticks lang po. So, right now, based on the channel, the highest point will form our possible resistance at 17.13, while the possible support is at 15.47. Now, as it goes up the channel, kasi the concept there is that dun sa upper channel, magbabounce yan. Dun sa lower channel, dun sa upper channel, mag-reject yan. Dun sa lower channel, ay magbabounce yan. Ganun po yung general movement ng stock. But very few lang po yung data natin. So, maaari pa po magbago yung ganitong movement ng MONDE. So, let's now go to the next. Ali. Okay, Ali continues to move sideways. Merong 5 successive red candlestick, pero ngayon siya nag-reverse with a green candlestick gaining 45 centavos. Pero at one point, it reached 37.40. It's the highest for the day, but sellers pushed the prices down, no? Kaya naging 36.15 lang. But in general, it's still moving sideways with resistance here at 38.38 or within that vicinity, no? And the support of Ali is nandito po sa 36.10 or within that area. And then let's go to SM. Okay, SM is also moving sideways at kung mapapansin ninyo, very distinct yung kanyang support and resistance. So, nandiyan yung support niya sa 10.20 while yung resistance niya is 9.80. I'm sorry, the resistance is at 10.20 and support is 9.80 or within that vicinity. Pero still moving sideways si SM, RSI is neutral or almost neutral at 54.92. And then let's take a look at BDO. BDO, nagpo-form na siya ng bagong support and resistance kasi ito na yung bagong support niya. Yan po, 112 to 113, 112.90. While the resistance is within this area, 115 to 116 po yung resistance ni BDO. Or within that vicinity. Kasi po support and resistance is not an exact point, but these are areas. And then, TEL. It's about time na mag-move. Uy! Look at that! TEL. Sabi ko na nga ba, matindi ang bounce dito eh. Kasi nga, I would say that the stock is undervalued. Kasi ang totoong presyo niya is 1,600 eh. Ito mo yung upside niya, no? Napakalaki. Mga 26% ang upside niya. And ngayon lang na-realize ng market na undervalued yung stock. But it is now at resistance level. Ito po yung resistance niya, 1326 to 1330. Yan po yung resistance level niya. And the next resistance based on fundamentals, ang nakikita ko po is here. 1358 to 1360 po yung next resistance level niya. Malaki po ang potential ni TEL. And you can never go wrong with TEL because maganda magbigay ng dividend yan. One of the highest paying, yielding dividend stocks in the index. And then, ICT. Okay, babalikan po natin yung question ni Ralph Boholano. Pero before I go to answer the question, ang first impression ko dito is that the stock follows the yellow line, which is our 20-day exponential moving average. So, dyan po siya, ang tendency po niya ay mag-bounce po dyan. However, with this red candlestick today, it looks like nagta-taper off itong stock. Although, it is just one candlestick. So, maari pang tumaas pa ng konti yung stock. Now, I can answer you, Ralph, I can answer you in two ways. Ano? First is, based on the technicals, and I'm saying, dun lang sa candles, based on the candlestick chart, ay bullish yung stock. and merong signs of pullback dito. Pero if you see another green candlestick, ano pa yan? Magsa-surge pa yan. Kasi 1 or 2 red candlestick doesn't mean na nagpo-pullback yung stock, ano? Nagpo-pullback siya kung horizontal na yung kanyang movement. O yung tawag natin dun ay another word is sideways, no? So, kung titingnan po natin yung movement niya, pag ganyan. Pag ganyan yung movement ni... So, pag ganyan siya, no? So, sideways lang po yung... Pag ganyan yung sideways lang. However, if you see an upward movement pa, so pataas po yung stock. Yan po, based po on technicals. Kasi 60 po, 60.99 is bullish pa rin po yan. But, take note, ano? Ilang beses po siyang nag-reach ng 70 level, which is an overbought level. Ngayon, tingnan po natin yung DMI or Directional Movement Index, no? Yung DMI kasi tells you whether there is a definite trend or not. And a DMI of above 30, sa ngayon kasi yung tinitingnan niyo po dito is the black line. The black line is the DMI. Pagka yung black line na yan ay more than 30, merong definite trend. And if the green line here, yung smaller line po, yung green at saka yung red. If the green is above the red line, then there is a positive trend or paakyat po yung stock. But if the green line here is above, halimbawa nag-reverse po yan, ano? Green po to, red po, red po ito, green po ito. Then, although the DMI is more than 30, like say 55 na yan, no? Pero, since mas mataas ang red kasi sa green, pababa po yung trend. Kaya, it would negate the RSI kahit na oversold yan, or overbought, okay? Now, since it reached overbought level at this level, pataas pa rin ang DMI, so there is a definite trend. So, I think, based on the technicals, tataas pa po yan. Now, tomorrow is profit-taking day. So, most likely, magkaroon niya ng red candlestick. Balik po natin sa, tanggalin natin yung indicators. Yan, no? So, here, pagka nakaroon siya ng another red candlestick, and on Monday, another red candlestick, then, maaring bumababa na po yung stock. Sabihin natin bumababa, or nagko-consolidate lang. Kung alternating red and green na sideways, nagko-consolidate po lang siya, or nagpo-pullback. Now, pullback happens after a breakout. Normally, after a breakout. Ito po. Example po niyan is this. Nag-breakout siya dito, another breakout, nag-pullback, then nag-breakout. Now, kung kailan mo gustong bumili, actually, depende sa style mo eh. Some would buy during Fridays dahil mababa yung stock. Or some would wait for a pullback. Pero ako, I wait for a green candlestick. Kahit maliit lang. So, example of that green candlestick is walang magandang example dito eh. I think ito, no? So, ito, kailangan may short, yung candlestick na short na ganito, pero merong volume. Pagka nakita nyo yan, na ganon yung structure ng candlestick, ang tendency niyan ay tumaas pa yung stock. Or, ito, example po yung ganito. Yan, merong green, there are two red candlesticks here, or successive red candlestick, nakakita ka ng green pero merong volume. Chances are, tataas ang stock in the next few days. And this is what happened here. Dito. Tapos, pataas na yan. So, ito po yung good example niyan. Yung ganitong klaseng structure ng candlestick na maiksi, pero merong volume. So, in the next few days, abangan mo na natataas yan. So, dito ang opportunity to buy para makatsyempo ka sa isang pullback. Ganito ang hanapin mong structure ng candlestick. It happens most of the time, but not all the time. Okay? So, pag-aralan mo lang, tignan mo lang kung tama nga yung aking theory. At marami ng traders na nagsasabi niyan na pagka ganito yung structure, most likely, ay chances are pataas yung stock. It happens most of the time, but not all the time. Pero, historically, it happened in ICT. Okay? SMPH. Okay, SMPH had ended with a doji, still moving sideways. Lagyan natin ng yan. Still moving sideways. Resistance at 38.10. Support at 36. So more or less, dyan po yung mga areas na naglalaro yung support and resistance. And then, ACEN. Okay. ACEN, generally sideways pa ang movement kasi po nakikita niyo yung structure niyan. Although, since below pa yung ating indicators, the candlesticks are still above our indicators, meron pa ring bullish or upward movement itong AC Energy. And it has good projects. Fundamentally, it's a sound company. At magaganda po yung projects ni ACEN. And so, if you're a long-term investor, maganda po mag-invest yan. Pero on the short term, meron pa siyang room to move up. And then SEC. Okay, SEC had a breakout. So, nagsasurge siya, and it continues to move upwards. Pero, alam nyo, malaking potential nitong SEC. Kasi fundamentally, maganda naman yung stock eh. So, based on the one-week chart, ang kanyang next resistance level, nandito po sa 18. Pero it had reached highs eh. Yan po, one time, umabot siya ng 50 pesos eh. Pero nasa 15 lang ngayon. But this is the next resistance level and very promising po. And if you're a long-term investor, maganda din po sa SEC dahil maganda po yung dividend yield niya. And then finally, we have Ever. Okay, ang Ever naman ay nagko-consolidate lang, moving sideways, pero may some bullishness on the stock. So ngayon, it gained 15.15 points, but still in a sideways movement with a possible resistance here at 69, while the support is near at the 44 centavo level. So 69 centavos po yung resistance level and 44 centavos ang support. Yan po ang ating report sa stock market, July 1, 2021. Ito po si Benji Chodoro, nagpapaalala. Mag-ingat sa COVID, magpabakuna. Ang investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik. Hanggang sa muli, God bless and bye for now.